Welcome to Midnights with the Lizard Wizard, a podcast where Yael Midnight and I, Noel Midnight, listen through the entire King Gizzard discography from start to finish. This week we're listening to King Gizzard's 13th studio album, a collection of oddments from the 2017 Euro 5 albums, Gumboot Soup. Theme music recorded by Beautiful Trainwreck. And we're back. Yael, how are you feeling about Gumboot Soup?
About the album or like today recording or like...
Let's start with the album. Are you going to give this a thumbs up, thumbs middle, thumbs down?
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm solidly a thumbs middle.
I think that's fair. I would say that there are a couple of tracks on this album that I'm kind of mid on and that maybe don't necessarily rise to the level of the rest of the album for me. It's not a perfect 10 out of 10 record, but it's a solid record.
Yeah, sure. I guess my biggest complaint isn't necessarily that any of the songs are weak. It's more that
It doesn't cohere as an album
it's not just that it doesn't cohere as an album.
because that's the Oddments problem.
Because, yeah, it's the Oddments problem again. But in this case, it's a bigger problem than the Oddments problem because there are songs on here I really want to hear. And then there are other songs that I also really want to hear, but not when I'm in that mood.
That it's not possible to have this as a vibes record because there are too many different vibes going on.
There's so many different vibes going on. And so it just feels like you're being whiplashed back and forth from vibe to vibe to vibe as the record goes on.
Yeah, and it doesn't really start in one place and then go to another. It is kind of whiplashy.
I think it could have been sequenced better.
So, okay, so like give me a couple of the different vibes that you feel on this album.
The fun, upbeat, like, oh ho ho, something's gonna happen energy at some points. Other points is kind of like a more metally thing where it's like, oh yeah, I'll really dig into this. Yeah. Like it's got that stoner vibe to it. And then there's whatever the fuck superposition is.
You're telling me that you don't want to drink the cum of life.
I've got nothing against drinking the cum of life.
I can't even finish.
You can't keep a straight face.
I can't keep a straight face.
Yeah. And I think that's pretty much the record. It's got different vibes. The vibes don't all mesh well with each other. You go into it wanting one thing, you come out getting a bunch of things, and it's like a bad gotcha machine.
You know, I don't know that it's a bad gotcha machine because like I'm kind of happy with whatever I get out of it. At least most of what I get about it. I'd say that there's one kind of dud.
I think there are two.
Okay. I'm not even necessarily going to disagree, but I think there's one. I think there's one solid dud. I think that I'd be really happy pulling 8 or 9 of these. I'd be kind of mid on another and one's a dud. I'm really interested to see if we have the same duds.
But not only are there duds, but there are at least, I would say, 2, 3, 4 solid bangers.
Oh God, yeah. The high points of this album are so damn good.
Right. There are some of these that I really want to see live.
And they fit with any of the best songs from this 2017 run. Absolutely.
Right. Absolutely, yes.
Speaking of.
Yeah.
This album came out the very last day of 2017. December 31st.
Yes.
Fulfilling the promise of 5 albums in a year. Seems like what happened is they were trying to release Changes as album number 5, and they decided it wasn't ready. Mm-hmm. And so they needed to figure something else out, and Stu worked through Christmas to make sure that he could get this out by the end of the year, and just barely in the nick of time, Christmas Eve, or New Year's Eve, released it, and it took them, 4.5 more years to release Changes.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see what that ends up looking like or sounding like.
Yeah, for sure.
That album that's been in the works for so long, but this rounds up 2017. It has a lot of tracks on it that kind of feel like they're pulled from those different sessions for those other songs.
Yeah, for sure. Like, you can really hear Flying Microtonal Banana on, like, All Is Known.
Yeah, and especially on, like, Greenhouse Heat Death.
Yeah.
You can really hear Polygondwanaland in some of the metric stuff that's going on some of these tracks as well.
Right. It feels like some of these are, like, in-between albums tracks where, like, they were trying ideas for the next record while still on the previous.
Yeah, and we'll get to the individual song and the individual tracks, and I know I just told you not to do this, but I'm going to do it anyway, because do as I say, not as I do.
Yeah.
Like, All Is Known to me is such a weird superposition of different albums.
Ooh.
Hey, that was good and you know it.
Okay.
No, it wasn't. It was lame and forced in. But it's microtonal, and it sounds like it was made during Flying Microtonal Banana, and I think, like, history of the song wise, it was made during Flying Microtonal Banana.
Right, yes.
But it really sounds like Nonagon.
Does it?
To me, it sounds kind of like Nonagon, but microtonal. And then it's got some polymeter stuff like Polygondwanaland, and it has lyrics that clearly...
I guess it drives like Nonagon.
Yeah, it drives like Nonagon. Maybe the instrumentation isn't Nonagon.
No.
But the feel of it is Nonagon to me.
Okay.
And then the lyrics are Polygondwanaland.
Yeah. Or
So-
at least partially.
Yeah, they certainly are in a similar vein to some of Polygondwanaland.
Yeah.
You could also say part of Murder of the Universe.
I was going to say, I think it's closer to Murder almost.
Yeah, and we'll get to the specifics of that track when we get there, but I think that track, as much, if not more than any other, really does kind of give you the Gumboot Soup soupiness.
Experience, yeah.
The soupiness of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a stew of all of the other albums that we have from them lately.
And speaking of Stu, I actually have a quote from King Gizzard and the LizardWizard.com, which I assume was written by Stu. Of course it was written by Stu.
What a segue. Is this the quote that begins, yes, I really pushed everyone?
Yeah. So in this quote, I'm not going to read the whole thing because it's pretty long, but, like, he talks about how he's pushed himself to the breaking point and everyone
pushed
else.
everybody else to the breaking
And
point.
how, quote, I could tell the other 6 gizzards really just wanted to take a break. and so it's just like he's got this vibe going on where he's talking about, yeah, we were all exhausted and I kept on pushing us. Sorry.
I mean, this is why you don't promise your fans 5 albums in 1 year, because then your fans are going to be really disappointed if they only get 4 albums in that year.
But hey,
which is so many albums.
At least they learned their lesson.
Yeah, and they would definitely never do this again.
Why would you? And we won't know anything about that for another couple of years. Anyway.
So thumbs middle for you.
Thumbs middle for me, but not on the merit of individual songs, just on the merit of the collection.
Except for the 2 duds.
Except for the 2 duds.
So I'll ask you another question then.
But then again, Nonagon had a dud, and it was still my big thumbs up.
I mean, Mr. Beat is just such a weird track. It's just so weird.
Yeah. It's weird.
It's weird.
I guess it's not a dud, but it's weird.
I mean, I've never gone, oh yeah, I'm in the mood for Mr. Beat. I haven't.
No, but apparently they have. They keep playing it live. They keep fucking playing it live.
Maybe it's cool live. We haven't heard it live except maybe like once.
Yeah, they haven't put it in their sets yet for where we are.
So I do have one more question before we get going.
I love questions.
Before we get going track by track, which is, all right, now that we've done 5 albums, rank your 2017 albums.
Flying Microtonal Banana and Polygondwanaland at the top.
1A, 1B?
1A, 1B. Actually, no. Put Polygondwanaland at the top and then Flying Microtonal Banana, and the rest don't matter.
Really? Don't matter at all?
No, that's not true. But, like, those 2 are so clearly at the top for me.
Yeah. I mean, they are definitely the best things they've done this year, and 2 of the best things that they've done, period.
Like, Sketches, I'll be honest, forgettable. I'm not going to be going back to it that much. Murder of the Universe has grown on me.
Yeah, even the narration or just the live stuff?
Even the narration, but the live stuff is better.
Yeah, I've been really liking any time that we're watching a show, and watching Gizzard shows together has become one of our like most common evening activities.
Yeah, it's a favorite pastime at this point, and I can't wait until we can unlock more sets.
Yeah.
Although we just did unlock a lot of sets with this because they fucking love throwing like muddy water into the middle of a set that's otherwise just poly stuff and nonagon stuff.
Yeah, which does make it harder for us because we're trying to be really good about spoilers.
Yeah. But now we've unlocked all of these sets that have one Gumboot track in them.
And so now we're clear through 2018. But when I'm listening to these recorded shows, I love the Murder of the Universe stuff so much more than I did.
It plays so well.
So much more than I did on the studio. And I think you're right. The studio album is like, it's still good and it's still growing on me. And I liked it at the time.
Yeah.
I think at the time I said thumbs altered.
Ha ha ha. But no, like opening their live shows with Digital Black into Vomit Coffin, that just rips.
That sets the tone.
Yeah, it just rips. And it's so good. And then you have Gumboot Soup.
I think that Gumboot Soup is probably not going to play live as well as Murder.
No.
That's my thinking.
I think that there are a couple songs that will really pop live.
I think that the studio album, I would probably take Gumboot over Murder.
Yeah.
But I think that live, I'd rather take Murder over Gumboot. I think that there are more tracks that I just want to listen to.
Sure.
On Gumboot. Because what's good from Gumboot is so good.
Yeah.
Granted, what's good from Murder is also so good,
but it different.
Really shines live.
Yeah, so let's dive in.
Yeah, let's do it. All right,
let's start with what, in my opinion, is the strongest song on the record. It's Beginner's Luck.
It's so good.
It's the earworm of the record by far.
I absolutely agree. It's the one that I started humming first. It's the one that I probably hum the most.
Mm-hmm.
It's not actually my favorite song on the record.
That's fine.
But it's probably second. I mean, I think I have maybe like a 1 A, B, C here.
Yeah.
And Beginner's Luck is really good. It was when we recorded our Polygondwana Land episode, we immediately then went to listen to Gumboot Soup.
Yes, we wasted no time.
We wasted no time, and this, I think, was the first time that we ever did the first listen in the same room at the same time. Maybe we've done it once before.
This was the first time we've done it.
This is certainly the first time we've done it where we could each like hear the album coming out of the same speakers.
Yeah.
And it worked fine. We did a very good job of not talking to each other.
Yeah. Which is so hard.
But you know how weird it is to listen to music with another person in the same room and
not
say
be able to
nothing
react.
And say nothing. It's a weird experience. Your body fights you on it.
We did each look at each other when the word "come" was said. We did share a glance with each other and go,
"Hey, you noticed that too, right?" But from the very first notes of Beginner's Luck, I was like, "Oh, this was not a tone I was expecting."
Yeah, and I don't know which record it's from, if any. Like, I don't know for sure which studio sessions they pulled this from.
I feel like it's closest to Sketches of Brunswick East,
but it's really not like Sketches.
No,
and do you know why it feels different?
Changes is going to be something like this.
Maybe, but do you know why it feels different? As far as I can tell,
what's that?
The writing credits.
Yeah, so the writing credits are weird on a couple of songs on this album.
In this one,
I'll also say Wikipedia and Apple Music disagree.
Okay.
And we were not able to find a vinyl copy before taping here, so I can't pick up the vinyl like I normally would to check the credits.
I checked all of my credits on Genius.
Okay.
Which, that's the only place I looked for the credits, so I didn't know that there was a discrepancy.
Yeah, I normally copy down in my notes writing credits from Wikipedia before my first listen.
So on this track,
just the Wikipedia table of of the track listing.
Sure. On this track, did you get Ambi, Stu, and Michael Badger?
I sure did on Apple Music and not on Wikipedia.
That's what I have on Genius.
Wikipedia does not include Michael Badger either for Beginner's Luck or for The Great Chain of Being.
Interesting.
And
I don't think that Genius has him on Great Chain.
And Apple Music has him on both.
Nope. Genius does have him on Great Chain.
Yeah. So, and I will say, those are my two favorite songs of the record.
Okay.
Which is really interesting. For multiple reasons.
It is, and we'll dive into that. Okay, so let's talk about Beginner's Luck. Let's talk about the story of Beginner's Luck, because this is a story song.
This is a story song. Yeah, sort of.
What do you mean, sort of?
I don't know that it's about gambling.
It's unambiguously, based on any read, a story song.
I don't think it's about gambling.
It doesn't have to be about gambling, but it does tell a story from start to finish of someone gambling and being caught cheating and getting kicked out of the casino.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, okay, yeah.
It might be saying something else, but it's definitely also telling that story.
Well, they list a couple of different kinds of cheating, and so I'm not entirely convinced that there's like an actual narrative of this happens and then this happens and then this happens.
I mean,
but it certainly
the main
follows
one,
like an arc.
The main one that they talk about is
spooking.
Is spooking.
Well, they also list like solidly two others.
And which are those?
So they also talk about palming and cards, and they also talk about betting skins.
Okay, can you... I don't know what betting skins is.
So based on what I was reading, betting skins is essentially saving a card to use later.
Okay.
Not something that you're, supposed to be able to do.
Like illegitimately saving a card to use later.
Yeah. It's essentially manipulating the deck.
Okay, so
and palming a card, I mean, you have a sense of that. It's very similar.
Now, I don't think that they say that he's palmed the card.
No, but I also don't think that they say he's spooked. They recommend spooking, and I think they recommend palming a card.
Interesting.
The palming the card, admittedly, that's not the only read of that. They talk about the phrase is, "The king extends his hand, he looks into my palm." And that's a weird line. And
it is. That line I don't know what to make of in context of the rest of the song.
Yeah, and that's kind of why I started to look into that a little bit more, started to think about that a little bit more. The king extends his hand, he looks into my palm. The king, in the context of the song, feels like a king card, like a king of spades or a king of clubs, right? And
sure, yeah, that's what I would take it as a read.
Right. But faced into the palm, like, okay, imagine you're playing...
Isn't that like when you're playing...
But imagine you're playing poker.
Yeah.
Which side of the king is your palm on? The back.
Sure.
If the king is facing into the palm, it feels to me like you're hiding a card to put onto another card.
Okay, I hadn't figured that out.
Now, is that, like, obviously pulled from the text? Am I putting a little bit too much into it?
I mean, it's a podcast. We're supposed to put too much into it.
Yeah, otherwise what are you here for?
It's the format. Just like I know I'm not supposed to say that all is known is about Hantayumi, but guess what we're going to do when we get there?
It's about Hantayumi.
Beginner's Luck.
So we're so bad at our own format.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Nobody's holding us accountable. There are no rules.
There can be.
There don't have to be.
So what I read of this song is it's using the language of gambling. It's I don't really, again, feel like it's a story, but I guess there is an arc of there's the beginner and they may be enticed to do some sketchy things in service of winning and they get caught. Like, you could read that as a narrative. Yeah,
sure.
I guess it has kind of a start, middle, and end.
That's my thought.
It just doesn't really feel like there are events to me. Anyway, to me, that's not the important thing.
Sure. What's the important thing?
To me, this is the important thing is that somebody is enticing him to gamble. That somebody is saying, hey, gamble more. You're going to win because you have beginner's luck. And, oh, rats, you lost. I guess you need to cheat to get ahead.
Okay. That's all very textual.
Right. Oh, look, you got caught. Oh, well, I think this is a criticism of capitalism.
Of course it is.
I think that this is saying, essentially, this is a critique of those who know that everybody has to cheat to get ahead because the deck is rigged against you. The odds are stacked against you. And that, so then everybody who's made it has to keep feasting off of the people that haven't but want to make it. And right, when you play poker, you're playing against somebody else.
Sure, yeah.
So this other guy is at the table,
yes.
right? He needs the beginner to come lose all his money because that's how he wins.
Sure.
So he's enticing him to the table. He's saying, please keep betting. Look, you can cheat. I mean, that's how I did it. But he knows that the guy's going to get caught. And that's okay. Like, this is how he wins. And it's a story about capitalism and immorality and pulling up the ladder, but also tricking people into, being your victims.
Okay, I see that read. I don't necessarily agree with it, but I do see it. I think it's a fair read.
And I think that so there was an AMA.
Yes.
On Reddit where the band was asked about the meaning of this song, or at least why they wrote it. And Joey said that it's based on Stu's gambling addiction.
That was
addiction.
Cavs.
Was Cavs?
Yeah.
Cavs said it was about Stu's gambling addiction, and Stu said it's sad.
Which
And
feels like joking banter.
it definitely feels like joking banter, and Wikipedia seems to be very credulous about it. They seem to take that in earnest belief.
So does KGLW.net.
And I don't believe it.
Not for a moment.
Not for a moment. This doesn't sound right. It both doesn't seem in character. It doesn't seem like it's backed up by anything.
It feels much more likely that they're just being a couple of silly billies.
Because we know that they're already a couple of silly billies.
Yeah.
They're jokesters. They do bits.
Yeah.
So, yeah, beginner's luck, of course, backfired. It was always going to. Beginner's luck isn't real. Like, yeah, of course
Beginner's luck
backfired.
is definitely real.
Of course it backfired. Of course they were caught cheating. They were set up from the get-go.
Yeah. So let's talk about the music.
Ambi vocals.
Ambi has some vocals. We actually get a lot of Ambi vocals on this record.
Yeah, why do you think I like it?
That's so fair. That's so fair. We get some harmonies that are really nice in this song.
Some old school ooh la la backup singing.
Some old school ooh la la backup singing.
Love me some old school ooh la la backup singing.
Yeah. There's a guitar solo that knocks me off my feet.
And it comes out of
so
nowhere.
Good.
This really distorted guitar kind of
it's
comes
this
out
loud,
of
fuzzy guitar.
comes out of nothing.
It's kind of avant-garde in the way that it approaches itself. It's not a melodic solo necessarily. It's more just like screaming into the void solo. And I really like that. It reminds me of Sufjan Stevens' song All Delighted People.
I'm shocked that it reminds you of something from Sufjan.
Take a drink, I know. But I don't know. I think that's really cool.
Yeah, it's a rad fucking solo.
I wish there was more of the solo, but at least it like persists underneath the vocals all the way to the outro.
Yes.
Which I really like.
Yeah, it's a really cool tune. And you want to know my favorite part of this and kind of the album?
Oh, I hope it's the same favorite part of this and of the album that I have.
I bet it is. The bass?
No.
Oh.
No. The bass is extraordinary on this song. And honestly, throughout the record,
That's
there's
what I'm
some really
saying.
good bass playing.
That's what I'm saying. There's some fucking great bass on this record.
Yeah.
Like, it's sometimes it's more restrained, sometimes it's more expressive, sometimes it's just doing all sorts of ridiculous jumps that are a little bit more technical than anything we've seen from the bass so far.
It gets pretty melodic at times.
It gets pretty melodic. I mean, a lot of times it's just outlining chords, but it's got this great tone everywhere it's used on the album, and it fucks.
It fucks.
All right, so what's your favorite part of this song and the album?
The lyric, tricks are just for children.
I mean, that's a pretty great lyric.
For those that don't know, this is a pun on the
Tricks are for
Trix
kids
cereal marketing campaign.
Silly rabbit.
Where the rabbit tries to kidnap the Trix and take it for himself, and the kids thwart him and go, "Silly rabbit, tricks are for kids." And
Do they have Trix in Australia? Is this something that they grew up with?
They must.
I feel like breakfast cereals are one of those things that's really different country to country.
Yeah, that's true.
But
I don't know. If you're Australian and you have Trix, let us know.
We don't have any Australian listeners.
We don't have any Australian listeners. According to Simplecast, we don't have any Australian listeners. And I have trouble believing that. I'll be honest. I have trouble believing that we have people in fucking Chile, but nobody in Australia. That reads like bullshit to me.
I mean, if you're listening from Chile, hell yeah. Welcome.
Yeah, it's great.
Glad to have you.
We love you. Thank you for being here.
If you're from Australia and you're listening, turn off your VPN. Let us know who you are.
Yeah, so true. But don't turn off your VPN, actually. VPNs are actually really good and smart. I use Mulvad. This is not a...
Hey. We are not about to turn this podcast into a VPN hawk.
I'm not about to do NordVPN.
We are not turning this podcast into ad reads for a VPN when you're not even getting paid for it.
Listen, I just really like Mulvad because it lets me set
if we can sell out, then I'll let you do an ad read. If we can sell out.
Okay. Okay.
But I'm not letting you do that for free.
Fine. I'm just going to say...
Feet pics, you can put those up for free, but don't read a VPN ad for free.
Greenhouse heat death?
Greenhouse heat death.
My first impression of this is... I wrote two things in my first impression. One, clearly an FMB cut. I don't like it very much.
Greenhouse heat death is one of my duds.
It's one of my two least favorite songs on the record.
It's my dud. It's my biggest dud, which is a shame because it's a Joey song. And I normally like Joey songs.
Sure, but it's also kind of distinct in that it was mixed by Joey.
So my biggest problem with Greenhouse Heat Death is that it's not necessary because we already have another song that's exactly like it.
Melting?
No. Anoxia.
Oh, Anoxia.
Which is weird because admittedly, like, literally and thematically, it's probably closer to Melting lyrically.
Sure.
But Anoxia was also a Joey song.
Mm-hmm.
It was also a Joey song that had the flying microtonal banana sound.
Yep.
Very much about environmentalism.
Yep.
And they sound really similar. The sound of Anoxia, like the way that the guitar sounds, the way that it sounds on Greenhouse Heat Death, they're just really similar.
I mean, that would explain why this didn't make the album.
Yeah, that's kind of my thinking is, okay, I'd rather just listen to Anoxia. I think it's the stronger of the two.
I think this should have stayed on the cutting room floor. I'll be honest with you. I really, really dislike the vocal delivery throughout the song.
You don't like the very, like, vocal fry forward technique?
I don't like it. I don't like the way the robotic vocal is underneath it. It's just
I do think it fits thematically. Like they use the word fried a lot as the description of what the greenhouse effect is doing to the earth. And so I feel like having an emphasis on the word fried kind of makes sense why you would use a vocal fry singing technique.
Sure.
Like, I mean, I've talked about this before. I really like word painting in songs.
Yes. And that's kind of what this is doing.
But that's kind of all it's doing. It also does one of the things that is kind of Stu's crutch a lot of the time.
Which is?
Short 2-syllable lines that rhyme.
Yeah.
We see that a lot. It's not the first time. I imagine it won't be the last time.
It's that one song from Quarters that I don't like. Infinite
Rise. Hot Water does it. We've seen it a couple of times, and it's not that I don't like it, but you have to have a better song behind it.
Sure.
Hot Water is better.
Can I put on my conspiracy theory hat?
Yeah.
the lyrics, "My house was blue," contrasted with the lyric, "My house is green," refers to the vomit filling up and taking over the crumbling castle.
Yeah, that's a little too foil hatty. It's a little bit too tinfoil.
That's what the show is for.
It's
for me to put on my little hat.
You know, you can stay over there in Hatland.
I'm the advocate for the Gizverse person.
You can stay over there with your hat in that corner. I'm not going to be joining you on that one. Not going to be joining you on that one.
That's fine. I think it's a stretch anyway.
It's definitely a stretch. I mean, you know, the blue marble, like the blue seas, was blue.
No, you're right. Yeah. And the water has been replaced with vomit, which is green.
No.
The chunky shrapnel.
No, that's not what this song is. That's a little bit too much thread with pins on the corkboard. I just think like 20%.
I just think they got a little
20%.
munty with it.
No. Okay, you can think that. You're allowed to think that.
God, there are a lot of awkward pauses I'm going to have to edit out of this one.
Sorry.
Oh, Barefoot Desert?
Yeah.
Because I don't have a whole lot to say about Greenhouse Heat
I do
Death.
have one more thing.
Okay.
So I gave you a challenge last weekend when we went to breakfast. We were waiting for a table, and I said, I do have one bit of homework.
Listener, I want you to know that panic just flitted across my eyes because I have no idea what Yael is talking about right now, which means whatever the homework was, I certainly didn't do it.
Oh, I know. I knew from the get-go you were never going to do it.
Okay, so what was it I didn't do?
I asked you to find for me my favorite woo in the entire discography to this point. Stu is a big fan of going woo into the mic.
Sure, yeah.
That was not a good woo.
It wasn't, but woo!
That was also a bad woo.
It was a different bad.
Yeah, I guess. All right, I'm going to need to practice my Stu woo.
Yeah, I think it has to be done in context.
Yeah, probably. It also, these mics are too chunky.
Yeah, you can't really fillet it.
Yeah.
I mean, how are you supposed to put an SM7B in your mouth? I guess you could take off the windscreen, but you don't really want to do that with an SM7B. It's dumb. And it looks bad.
So, you can't figure out my favorite woo?
I can't, no. I don't know what it could possibly be.
Well, given that we were talking about Greenhouse Heat Death and you tried to move on and I stopped us.
Sure, yeah, it's got to be in Greenhouse Heat Death.
It's in Greenhouse Heat Death. Listen to that again. It's got a good woo.
It's got a good woo.
It's got a very good woo.
Okay.
All right, now I'm done.
I believe you. Barefoot Desert. My first thought on this was it feels like a Sketches track.
Yeah. Yeah. Agreed.
I mean, it's primarily a Murloc song, but...
Because it's got both ambi and cookie?
Because it's primarily ambi. It's like all ambi.
Yeah, we've got a lot of flute, though. That's Stu.
That's true, and that's why I compared it to Sketches.
Another one where we get some fun bass work here. Actually, all of these first three tracks have some good bass work. But this one, we get some like nice fun runs in the bass line.
Yeah, the runs are really good. I definitely wrote down like the instrumental bass runs are super fun.
There's a bit of the way that the lyrics flow. We've got long lines that fit in just a couple of beats. That isn't super common for this band. That works pretty well in this song.
Yeah, like the chorus moves pretty quickly.
And we have both regular flute and mellotron flute at the same time,
which I am always a fan of.
And that was something that, like you mentioned, we got on Sketches a bit. So yeah, agreed. This feels like it was pulled from the Sketches process.
Do you know what this song is about?
Yeah,
because I think it might be about somebody walking in the desert barefoot.
It's definitely about somebody walking in the desert barefoot.
But that feels a little bit too surface level. Like I didn't want to go with that because it feels like normally there's something else.
Well, except if they're gambling.
Except
it's definitely about Stu's gambling addiction.
Obviously.
I mean, why would he say it on Reddit if it weren't true?
Stu, you shouldn't be gambling. You are canceled.
Hey, addiction is not a personal choice. Addiction is not a personal failure.
No, addiction is because Kalshi and Polymarket have taken over the world.
Unfortunately true. So It's about, I think this song is mostly just about accepting help and warnings. It's about the band being really upset that nobody's listening to them talk about how the environment's going to shit.
Sure. Yeah. I don't.
Not necessarily specifically about the band's warnings, but it's about people not listening.
Sure. It's once again about climate change. Sure.
It's about the Cassandra problem.
I don't know what that is.
Yes, you do.
Not by name.
You know how every trans girl that we know has thought about the name Cassandra?
No.
They talk about it all the time.
Cassandra?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Or at least they call themselves a Cassandra. Emma calls herself a Cassandra.
Okay. I'm just going to believe you on this, but it does not ring a bell for me.
It's the prophecy or the prophetess that is cursed to never have anybody believe her prophecies.
Okay.
And the curse of foreknowledge that you can't actually help anything because nobody will ever believe you.
Okay, yeah, no, that's fun.
Yeah, it's how everybody that we know is screaming all the time about how everything is getting awful and having all of the libs and anybody who's just not paying attention to politics going, what are you talking about? It's not that bad. How could it possibly get that bad? How
every marginalized community has been screaming fascism, fascism, fascism for like a decade now, and everybody's just gone la 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 la.
Yeah, that's what Barefoot Desert is about.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's cool.
He talks a lot in Barefoot Desert about how not only is he walking through the desert barefoot, how he was warned not to, how he was told that's a stupid fucking idea. And he goes into the desert barefoot anyway, and there's nobody to help him. There's nothing that he can do. He's just stuck there, barefoot in a desert. And it was his own fucking fault.
Whom among us has not been there?
I mean...
in one way or another.
I mean, you know what I think about a desert?
I feel like I am constantly barefoot in the desert.
You know what I think about the last time I was in a desert? I don't go into deserts because it's hot and it's mean. The desert, to me. Now who's responsible for a long silence?
Oh, it's so good, though. It feels so good to do that.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It might be terrible for your edit.
It's bad radio.
But it's a good bit. And let's be honest, I'm doing the show for you, not for the listeners.
I'm not sure who I'm doing the show for today. I'll be honest, I am not on my game today.
No, neither of us are.
And I blame it on the record being kind of mid.
I don't know why it is. I don't know. I've got some latent anxiety today coming into this recording. I think that part of it is the fact that we started this recording at like 7 p.m., which is...
Normally we do it at like 10 a.m.
Yeah, it's very late and it's warm in the apartment and I don't know. It's weird to be doing this on a Monday evening.
It's weird to be doing this on a Monday evening. But you know what might help with all the anxiety and the stress?
If you say some muddy water?
Well, no.
Okay, good.
Floating down the river.
Okay, that's pretty dumb too.
Muddy Water is a song about the river.
I know. I'm aware.
So let's talk about Muddy Water.
I already tried to segue there.
Yeah, but I just did it better.
I don't know about that. God, this is a bad episode.
This is a bad episode. Nobody's going to listen to this. If you get through 2 hours of this episode, I will be so impressed.
I mean, we're not going to have anybody to listen to us for fishing for fishies at this rate.
Okay, so let's move on. Let's try and make a good clip. Maybe we can get you out of here before like an hour 15 if we really push it.
There's not a chance in hell.
We're at 40 minutes already.
Yeah, there's not a chance in hell.
So, Muddy Water, it alludes to the river. I liked it right away. It's a Joey and Stu song.
Yeah, this is a good one. It's our third song that's something water. We had Hot Water, and then we had Open Water.
And now we have Muddy Water.
Open Water is still one of my favorites from the band. This one, well, tell me, which album do you think this one fits in with?
That's a really good question. I think it's an FMB song that they forgot to make microtonal.
I don't think that that's true at all. I kind of see what you get there sound-wise, how you get there sound-wise, but I mean, what's weird is that they keep playing it with Polygondwanaland.
Which I didn't think that a single song on this record felt like it came from Polly.
Well, this one and a couple others had the polymeter.
That's fine,
And
yeah.
so that kind of feels like Polygondwanaland. I think that with the Polygondwanaland songs, anything that came from there, they just like really changed them.
Yeah.
For Gumboot, they just changed the tone of them. But we've already seen them include Muddy Water as part of a like Crumbling Castle, Castle in the Air, Deserted Dunes, Welcome Weary Feet, Suite.
I am so sorry.
Color.
Your transition was good.
That's what I'm saying.
I just didn't remember the first lyric of this song.
Oh my God. Okay, I demand that awkward silence back.
Yeah, you can have it.
I don't really know how to do that, but yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
I
was wrong.
Yeah.
I'm never wrong. I'm frequently wrong.
All right, now we're even on the awkward silences.
Okay, so...
But you know what's worse? Making the jokes about the awkward silences, now you can't remove them.
No, yes, I can. I can cut them down at least a little. They don't have to be 20-second awkward silences. They can be 5-second awkward silences, and it'll still get the point across.
That's true. So did you notice the very first time that we heard this record, or how long did it take you to notice what's special about the lyrics? It's hot, it's mean. Or have you still not?
Is this the part that's alluding to the song Summer?
It is.
Okay, I never noticed that.
Wow. Okay, so you got that from like reading about this
Yeah, I
song.
got that from Genius.
Okay. Very first time we heard this song, the very first opening lyrics to Muddy Water, it's hot, it's mean, the beach to me. And those first lines, it's hot, it's mean, are also the first lyrics of the song Summer
From Teenage Gizzard.
which was released as a single in 2010, one of the first songs released by the band that we covered on episode 0 when we covered Anglesey and some early singles. This wasn't on Anglesey, it was one of the singles eventually published as Teenage Gizzard.
Yeah. I'll be honest with you, I don't remember any of the songs from Teenage Gizzard.
And I think that's so fair. But for whatever reason, the synapses fired, and instantly I went, oh.
I'm so impressed that you were able to get that.
Okay, so yeah, they had a song called Summer in 2010, which is about how summer is way too hot and awful. It was not a good song.
Sure.
It had bad lyrics, as did pretty much everything else from that era. They had not really learned how to write lyrics yet. And now here they are using that same line for this other very different song.
A song with so many lyrics. This song has so many lyrics, and they just come at you so fast that if you're not paying attention, you have missed an entire essay.
Yeah, and so there's a lot of references, like you mentioned, to the song The River from Quarters.
Yeah.
And it's
I think you mean to say the song The River from all of their live shows. Every single one of their live shows. It's in all of their live shows.
And I'll admit, I've got a bit of a tinfoily hat theory about the meaning of this song.
Thank God.
Because you have no idea
please.
what the song is about?
No, I just want to see your tinfoil hat come on. I think it's good for the listener to see your tinfoil hat come on.
I don't think this is like a Hantayumi Gizverse connection.
Fuck off then.
I think that this is a song about the history of the band.
Okay, I'm quickly like tabbing over to the lyrics of this song to like figure out how that makes sense.
You don't really need anything more than what we've already talked about. You don't really need anything more than what we've already talked about.
Then I'm confused.
We start with Summer.
Yes.
We start in 2010.
Yes.
We float on down the river.
Uh-huh.
And now we're in this song that gets put into the Polygondwanaland suite. So essentially, the river took us from the early days of the shit lyrics where we're just talking about how shitty summer is to this polymetric,
over thought out,
densely lyrical, super thought out, like epic of Polygondwanaland
right.
and Gumboot Soup. I think that this song is just sort of like a tour of the band.
Okay.
And if you look back at kind of the Quarters era, right, that's when the songs become longer. That's when we get in that the River was one of the first songs to play with meter at all. It wasn't polymetric,
being in 5/4,
but it was in 5/4 for the entire time, right? The River was a step up for the band.
Yeah, it really opened the door.
No, that was Nonagon Infinity.
Shit.
That was Nonagon Infinity.
I'm sorry, I keep forgetting that. If only there was some easy way to remember that. Muddy Water.
Muddy Water. So
I feel like Stu announcing the title of the song.
I don't know. It's a cool song. I mean, I really love Ambi's vocal echoes here. Again, I mean, there's so much Ambi vocal on this record, and so
there is, but
I like it.
Him echoing, I prefer the Muddy Water, like him immediately repeating that back to Stu.
In that
it's
last
so cool.
bit, it's so good. Those echo vocals are so good. Oh, and the other thing about how this song is using the river to take us from summer in 2010 to where they are now in 2017 is that he's talking about how he hates the beach, right? The song is about how he hates the beach. He prefers the river. Their first music was pretty surfy.
Sure, yeah. And there's more. But wait, there's more.
Okay, so you're fully bought into this theory.
So I'll jump into the river. When you jump into the sea, I feel the hungry fishes come to nibble at my feet. What's our next album?
Fishing for Fishies. But that did come out over a year later. It did come out over a year later.
But we know that they start writing albums 5 years in advance.
True. I don't know when they started writing Fishing for Fishies.
And we might know in 2 weeks. Come on back. Tune on in. It'll be a better episode. This is a real stinger. We're aware of it. We're going to keep going because we have to record something for this album. It's the entire conceit of the project is that we have to record for every album. So here we are, and this is what you get. You get what you get, and say it with me, you don't get upset. That's right.
I'm not going to say that with you. That is a bad ideology. Bad ideology. Noel, you're canceled.
Fuck! It keeps happening.
You know what? Cricket's good, actually.
I don't care for Cricket.
Cricket's good, actually. The river...
But I do care for Waves. They make good plugins.
Okay. Let's go floating down a river.
Sure.
Where's the river going to take you?
Well, let's see. It starts up in, like, Minnesota, and then it goes...
Why are you thinking about that river?
What other river would I think of?
I don't know. The one you live near?
Do I live near a river?
The Duwamish.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fair. I don't think about the Duwamish that much.
Yeah, I get that. I mean, this is a sound city.
It is. We're very much a sound city.
But
we have the Puget Sound. Like, we're not talking about how this is a sound city because of audio. We're talking about the sound as like a geographical thing. Does that make sense?
All right.
I don't know how familiar you are with Seattle.
So you float down a river. Where do you end up?
The sea.
Yes. You end up at the sea, at the shore. You end up at a place where...
No, you know where you actually end up? The tube rental place, returning your tube.
I'm just saying that at some point, if you float down the river, you're going to get to the thing that Stu is saying he hates. The muddy water turns into the ocean.
Life sucks, then you die. Got it.
So... anything else?
I guess
about Muddy River?
Life is peaceful and you coast down it wonderfully smoothly, and it's a wonderful experience, and little fishies nibble at your feet, and then you die. Superposition.
I'm a boy. Yeah. I'm a boy. I'm not a boy. You have to have thoughts about that lyric.
Who sings that lyric?
Stu, presumably. Joey, maybe?
It
might be Joey.
I wish it was Joey.
I think it might be. I don't know. Is it Joey or is it Stu?
I hope it's Joey.
I actually don't know.
Let me check Genius real quick. This is the fun part of the show. When I check something online that you could look up on your own very easily, this song is sung by Joey.
Okay, good. No, not Superposition.
Not Superposition?
That's a lyric. That's a lyric on Muddy Water.
Sorry. Then that's Stu.
Okay, that's what I thought. I mean, Joey also, like, it's listed as a Stu Joey writing duo, so I don't know who wrote it between them.
Sure. Okay, that's fair. So it could still be a Joey lyric.
It could be a Joey lyric. I'm a boy, I'm not a boy. Which, like, I was there. I was there at one point.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, whom among us wasn't?
Presumably the cis women who are listening to us or the trans men who are listening to us.
It's fair. I forget that.
You forget that not everybody in the world is a trans woman?
Why would you want to be anything else?
I mean, some people can't be.
No, that's so fair. I think there's still a path for everyone to get there.
Yeah.
I mean,
you could do FTMTF.
That's what I'm thinking.
Fair.
Like, but not like in a detransition way.
Yeah, no, in a retransition way.
In a retransition way.
Yeah.
Just like how I'm kind of a guy.
You're a bit of a guy.
But like I was born a guy, and then I became a kind of girl.
You were born a guy derogatory.
Sure, yeah.
And now you're kind of a guy
affectionate.
Hell
yeah. Yeah. It's different. It matters.
It does matter. It is a little bit different.
Gender is weird.
We are in fact saying we're better than you.
We are, yes, because we've thought about something that is core to our being in a way that maybe you haven't. And maybe you should.
I mean
and maybe you should.
Okay, it's a great line.
Transition, you fucks.
That is directed only and solely to Ambrose Kenny Smith.
And Joey.
And Joey Walker.
I mean, if Joey's going to wear those cunty little crop tops.
That's true. All right, this is dedicated solely to Joey Walker and Ambrose Kenny Smith.
Ah, wonderful. I love this band.
We are going to be canceled.
We're going to hell.
We are. The lyric, like, it sounds like a gender lyric. I'm a boy, I'm not a boy, but like it's definitely B-U-O-Y.
Yes, it is.
Buoy.
Although there's no way to know that without looking at the lyrics because they pronounce it the exact same way both times.
They do. And it's fun. And I have a headcanon.
I like headcanons. I like cannons in general.
Yeah, you're a big artillery gal.
Oh yeah, big artillery gal.
Oh my god, this episode is so off the rails. We're an hour, 55 minutes in, and we have said nothing. We are full of nonsense.
Can you read that from where you are?
Yeah.
You have incredible eyes,
or
at least a good prescription. Because I'll be honest, it takes me a second to read that from here.
Great radio.
Superposition. It starts with like a vocoder voice.
Yeah, we've got weird vocoder voice
weird synthy voice. At least.
Throughout the entire thing, and I like it. It's very different from what they do. What else we've heard? I don't know where this song is supposed to belong. Some of the sources I've been reading... This is
the one I think is changes.
This is some of the sources I've been reading say Polygondwanaland. Like KGLW.net says Polygondwanaland. Get Into Giz says Polygondwanaland. Discord, though, said changes.
Okay. I
don't know. This one just seems weird to me.
It was written solely by Joey.
Yep. And that kind of... I don't know.
It was
it's a cool song.
Mixed by Joey, which makes it the second track on this album that's been mixed by Joey. And it is, in fact, my second least favorite song on the album.
Interesting. I don't mind this one.
It's nothing to me.
Yeah, but I don't dislike it kind of the way that I dislike Greenhouse Heat Death.
I guess it just
I kind of like the vocal tone on "We Won, I Many." I definitely have the notes wrong for that.
That's fine. Nobody is here listening to us for our notes. Well, except our notes on the record. Haha. But no, I don't like this song. I don't like the lyrics. I don't like the song itself. I don't like the mixing. I don't like the production choices.
You don't want to drink the cum of life. I get it. You don't want to drink the cum of life.
It doesn't work for me. And roast me in the comments. Like, I'm willing to accept that I'm wrong here. But I think it honestly feels good to be able to say that I dislike a King Gizzard song at this point. Because so far, it's really felt like I'm just like a yes man for the band.
Yeah, I get that. I get that feeling. There was a bit on Sketches of Brunswick East that I actually didn't like.
Sure.
I'm looking at you, A Journey to Shell.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm looking at you, Rolling Stoned. But yeah, this one for me just kind of there. It's just kind of there. It's kind of a song that you have to get through on the record.
Yep.
I hope it's better live. I know they're going to play it live at least a little bit. At least I remember. I think I remember that.
Yeah, I know that they eventually
it.
play it with Nathan.
Okay, maybe they don't play it for a while.
Yeah, no, this one I think wasn't played for quite a while, and then they brought it out again.
Okay, then I guess we won't be in too much trouble then. No, it's on a couple of live bootlegs. It's been performed. Okay, it's been performed 4 times.
Has it really?
It's been performed 4 times, all in 2025.
Okay. So it's been performed exclusively with Nathan.
There is a 4-minute, 50-second instrumental unfinished version.
Sure.
An 8-minute, 8-second vision at Field of Vision last year.
Okay.
And then 2 long jams. One in Greece and one in Prague.
And you know what? I bet I like all of those better than I like it on this record.
Yeah, probably. And yeah, I don't know. It's there. It is not my favorite. It mostly revolves around the weird synthy tone. We got a lot of double vocals that are slightly out of sync. It creates a sort of warbly effect.
Yep.
That kind of makes sense thematically with the physics idea of superposition.
Sure.
It feels like it's part of multiple different records. Again, kind of feels like that makes sense thematically with the idea of superposition is we're going to mash together a few things all together on top of each other. It's got a little bit of like jazziness to it.
A little bit.
So Muddy Water and Superposition and the next song, Down the Sink, and then later on, All Is Known, all have some saxophone on it.
Which is played by Stu.
And
I don't know if we've seen Stu play saxophone before. I think
this is
record.
The first time we've seen the saxophone. And I'll tell you what, I really love the saxophone on Down the Sink.
Yeah, do you want to talk about Down the Sink?
Yeah, let's talk about Down the Sink.
Yeah, let's get rid of the negativity from Superposition. We don't need that anymore. Let's talk about a song I actually like that gets stuck in my head pretty much every day at this point.
Down the Sink. The street is where people live.
I really like this song.
Yeah, this one's a Cookie song, and it's been a minute since we've had a Cookie song.
Has it?
Yeah. It's fun. It's funky.
I right away thought, oh, this feels like Sketches. And I stand by that. This feels like it could have been about Lygon Street or like...
Yeah, and not only does it feel like it's both thematically and like tonally in line with Sketches, I think it would have made Sketches better.
Yeah.
If it were included on Sketches. This, I think, is the first song on Gumboot Soup that I truly think would have made another album better.
Wild. I think you're right.
Not that I think it's natural to have thought that if I swapped some things around, I could have made another album better. But like, yeah, I definitely would have preferred Down the Sink over A Journey to Shell or Rolling Stoned. That would have made the album better.
Yeah.
It's a better song.
I agree.
And it's cool. It's kind of got like a Tune Yards vocal delivery, if you know the Tune Yards.
I've heard of them.
We sang one of their songs in the chorus I used to be in, that we used to be in even, before you joined. And it's a cool song. I like it. It's called Water Fountain. I don't know Tune Yards super well, but yeah, the vocal delivery of this kind of reminded me of them. We have the same melody kind of gets traded between a bunch of different instruments, very classic Giz.
Yep.
And we actually weirdly get a fade out. It's been a while since we had a fade out. I remember really early on, we kind of got annoyed a little bit that too many of their songs didn't really have an end.
And I think that's still true, that a lot of their songs don't really have an end because they just transition into the next song. But on an album like Gumboot Soup, you don't really have a next song to transition into.
Right, and most of our songs here do actually have an end.
Yeah.
A lot of times that end is just Ambi echoing the vocals of Stu, but that's okay. We like that.
Yeah, it's still an end. We count that.
But Down the Sink goes back to the fade out that we used to see in the early days, and I'm not mad about it.
It's a bit of a dark song lyrically.
Yeah, it is. It seems to be about the way that like the bad things about living with other people, living in a society aren't really things you can escape from, that all the bad shit that happens on the sidewalk, well, that is just there, that there's this inexorable pull down into the sewers, but also up into the streets.
Yeah. Like the lyrics, the street is where people live, the street is where people die. Like that's the whole song.
Yeah, and down the sink, like you're going through the pipes into the sewers.
Yeah.
It's funky. You can't separate this like sewage from the other aspects of life. It's just symbiotic. But the saxophone is so good.
I really like the way that the lyrics flow. I think the lyrics flow is really fun.
Yeah.
Honestly, it makes me want to check out Tune Yards if that's like comparable, because the flow of this is fun.
Yeah. And there's like a weird sort of laid back anxiousness throughout the song.
Yes.
Which is a hard feeling to capture, being simultaneously laid back and anxious. But it's a distinct feeling. It's what I've been feeling all evening as I'm trying to record this, is that kind of laid back anxiousness.
Right.
Laid back anxiety. And that's just what Down the Sink feels like.
It does, yeah.
Which is cool.
Yeah.
And, you know, what's under the city? Well, yeah, in most places, sewage. In Seattle's case, another city.
In Seattle's case, another city. And you can Google that one. That's actually pretty interesting. What should they Google?
Seattle Underground.
Okay, there you go. Google the Seattle Underground. It's pretty cool. It's actually cool.
It is. Maybe not the world's best actual tour you can take if you're a tourist here.
I haven't done the tour.
But it's good history. It's fun history.
Sure, and that's rare. Like history, not fun. Not fun. I don't like it. This, pretty cool. The Great Chain of Being.
Okay, so this is my first or second favorite song. I think my first favorite song on the album.
My first thought when this came on was, oh, good, finally a rock song.
And I mean, it's so much heavier than everything else.
Yeah, I think we can safely call this stoner metal.
Yeah, I think Emma called it groove metal when I asked her.
Okay, yeah, sure.
This is another song that Michael Badger has a writing credit on, Stu and Michael Badger. So do you know who Michael Badger is?
Yeah, he's one of their producers.
He's one of their producers, exactly. We have not seen his name show up as a writer ever before.
But he produced on Nonagon, he produces on Rat's Nest, he produces on Petro.
Yeah, so it sounds like he's somebody they go to for some of their heavier stuff.
Yeah, when they need to get loud, you turn to Michael Badger.
Or Beginner's Luck.
Or for some reason, Beginner's Luck. Sure, yeah, absolutely. This one was mixed by Michael Badger.
Yep.
Which, I mean, you can hear it's not mixed like anything else on the record.
Yeah, and I was surprised how much I liked this one and how quickly I liked it.
It is my third least favorite song on the record.
Yeah, I buy that.
It never hit for me. Like I don't mind it. It's not like a visceral negative reaction or anything.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of worried the entire time that I was listening to it that, oh, this is probably Baby's first metal and that's why I like it.
I don't think that's accurate.
So I did ask Emma. Emma was our guest on the Polygon Dwanaland episode. So go back and listen to that. It's a better episode than this one.
And also our girlfriend.
And I asked her, so do I just like this song because it's Metal 101, or is this actually a good metal track?
What did she think?
She said it was a good example of groove metal.
Okay.
That, yeah, there's something in there.
Okay, yeah. It's just not a genre of metal that I've ever been attracted to.
Sure. Just too slow for you?
I don't know, too low energy?
Okay. Sure.
I do want to talk about one thing that is really interesting on this song, which is Stu's vocal delivery.
Yeah.
This does not sound like Stu.
No.
This is something else entirely. And I don't know how much of that is Badger in the studio mixing it and producing it weird, and how much of that is just Stu's playing around with his voice and finding these new pockets that he can, live in.
I'm certainly interested in finding out if this is more what Infest the Rat's Nest is going to sound like.
That's exactly what I'm thinking about.
And I'm pretty pumped if it is. But I can see that you're not.
Cautious if it is.
What if it's like this, but a little bit higher, or significantly higher, like, energy?
If we can bring the energy back in, I'm back there.
Okay. If we can bring the energy from a digital black vomit coffin, but keep, like, some of them playing around more with the metal.
If the Great Chain of Being was on a higher energy record and it was the break from the higher energy, I think I might like it a lot more.
Sure. Okay.
But it has to be coming from somewhere and going somewhere. And on this record, it is neither coming nor going.
It does sort of have to stand alone.
Because it's the only metal song on the record. Nothing else
comes close.
Transitions into it or segues into it in anything that's a clean fashion at all. It's just abrupt every time.
And we're in between two kind of sketches of Brunswick Easty songs.
Yeah.
So it really is kind of on its own.
So,
but I think that you're probably the one to tell us about the lyrics of this.
I didn't really look into the lyrics of this one. I'll be honest with you. I didn't really look into the lyrics. It's about the food chain or the chain of being where, like, you know, God's at the top and then presumably angels. I don't know how that works. And then people.
I'm sorry.
And then
God eats the angels and the angels eat the people.
Well, it's not necessarily about eating. It's about power dynamics.
Okay, so it's not a food chain.
It's not a food chain. You're right. It's something else entirely. So there's God at the top, and then there's like angels or whatever, and then there's people, and then there's animals, and then there's invertebrates, which aren't really animals.
Noel is anti-shrimp.
No, I love shrimp.
But they're not really animals.
They're bugs. And I don't think about bugs the same way I think about animals. Maybe this is a me thing. But like when I say animals, I'm generally not thinking about crickets.
I have so many more questions.
Yeah, go ahead and ask them. Maybe that will make for good radio.
No, it won't.
Fuck. Well, we gotta find something before the episode's over. See, now I'm creating tension. I'm creating stakes.
So, yeah, the Great Chain of Being is a Christian concept of the natural order of who's in charge.
Sure, yeah.
It is not something that I grew up with. I am starting to feel like it's not something that you really grew up with.
No, I definitely grew up with it. It's so commonplace that I never think about it.
Okay. It is not at all something that I grew up with. It
is so commonplace that presuming that anybody doesn't know it is foreign to me to the point of laughability.
Okay. It is not something that I grew up with at all. The idea of there being an order that we are that some animals are better than others. So yeah, this song is about a rock that's trying to climb up and overturn the Great Chain of Being.
Good fucking luck.
I do wish the rock luck. I think that the Great Chain of Being is a very stupid idea that is incredibly detrimental to the world, and I wish the rock the best in its quest.
I also hope that the rock becomes a meteor and burns the goddamn church to the ground.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, it's great. It is a good idea. The lyrics are better than the song.
The Last Oasis, Stu, Ambi, and Joey.
Wait, I want to talk one more thing about Great Chain.
Okay.
It was recorded in C#, but then the tape was slowed down, so live they perform it in B.
Holy shit, that's really low.
Which is fascinating to me.
Why not just get a 7-string and a 5-string at that point?
We don't know that they didn't.
But, like, that'd be easier than downtuning and slowing shit down.
Well, okay. Stu said, I think the recording is slowed down on the tape machine. I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that means.
That could mean anything. What do you mean you think it was?
But also,
Who
why
produced
not?
This?
Why? Michael Badger.
There we go.
But also, again, why not just get a 7-string and a 5-string where you could just play in B?
Because this also impacts the vocal.
That's true.
Because the vocal is a lot lower here than what it would normally be.
That's true. Okay, and you can't necessarily expect that he'll be able to sing that low, or
And that's
have
part
that
of why it
particular
feels so
tone that
sludgy
low.
too. Is it was
Yeah.
meant to be faster than this.
Okay, interesting.
And then
Very interesting.
it's the most fascinating thing about the song.
Studio magic.
Yeah, it's the most fascinating thing about the song. I want to know if they do anything else that low on Rat's Nest or Petro, because that is bonkers to me. Most like metalcore bands and deathcore bands aren't tuning to B.
Well, apparently they're not either.
So fair. You know what? After that song, I think we need an Oasis.
All right, the last Oasis. This one more sketches?
More sketches. It feels so fucking weird to put this after Great Chain.
It does.
This is an Ambi Joey Stew song.
Yep, we've got some more Mellotron kinds of sounds.
Yeah, it seems like maybe it's a sweet song about either actual dreams or daydreams.
Again, it's a song that I think probably would have made sketches better.
Sure, yeah, absolutely.
Maybe not as good as Down the Sink, but still better than some of what we actually had on sketches.
I really don't know how Down the Sink didn't make it on that record. It's a perfect sketches track.
It's so good. The bass here mostly doubles the vocals with some small deviations. Very, very Giz. Like this one feels like a King Gizzard track through and through. It is hitting all of the high points of King Giz, all of the just points of King Giz.
Yeah.
It's apparently kind of similar to Changes.
Okay.
From what I hear, which okay. But to me, it feels very sketches. And
so Changes must be pretty laid back.
That's kind of the impression I'm getting, is that Changes might be a little bit more chill.
Okay, I can deal with that. I like getting stoned. I can peace out.
I don't mind a good vibes record.
Yeah.
Or a bad vibes record that sounds like a good vibes record, which does feel like it's actually more up their alley than
it's the ska thing.
Straight up good vibes. Yeah. It's a weird song. It's about seeing a mirage, but it also has perhaps the most esoteric lyric that I think I've ever seen from these guys.
Pretend I don't know what esoteric means, because I do, but like I can't define it.
Esoteric, adjective, intended for or likely to be understood by only a small number of people with a specialized knowledge or interest.
Then yes, this song has one very esoteric lyric.
Yeah, so they mention the name Zerbachin,
who I did zero research about, because I looked at the note on Genius and I quickly went, oh, this isn't actually that relevant to the song. I don't need to care.
See, here's the thing.
Fuck.
I think it's the most important lyric in the song.
Yeah, of course you do. Of course you do.
And I only realized it
this morning.
Yeah, it was either this morning or last night.
Of course. Yeah, see, this is why I always want to put off recording for an extra day, because we always catch something in those final lessons.
Yeah, but if you keep putting it off another extra day, we're going to lose our week.
I know, and that's a problem.
Yeah, we need to get back on schedule.
We need to get back on schedule.
Gotta edit.
I love editing. Editing is my favorite.
So Zerbachin is the surname of the former associate administrator of NASA's Science Mission Directorate. He was there from 2016 to 2022, which means that he was put into his position. He had his position shortly before this record would have been recorded, before this song would have been recorded and come out. So he was, no more than a year to a year and a half on the job.
Sure.
The associate administrator of NASA's Science Mission Directorate doesn't really have anything to do, as far as I can tell, with seeing a mirage in the desert.
Nope.
Seeing an oasis. So...
Oh my God, is Earth the oasis?
No.
Oh, okay, cool.
No. But Earth is relevant. Yeah, so what's a nickname for space?
The final frontier.
Yeah, exactly. Or the last frontier.
Interesting.
A little bit less like alliterative and nice, but The Last Oasis.
Okay, tell me more.
So why would we have a song about seeing a mirage when you're presumably barefoot in a desert and you want to drink some water?
Finally, some connective tissue between these songs.
Well, and there's clearly not actually an oasis. There's not. That's what the whole point of a mirage.
Right.
And then why are we name dropping some random NASA administrator? Well, his job in part is to try to figure out what NASA should be focusing on, like what kinds of missions they will take, including part of his job was to like look for Earth-like planets.
Okay.
So we know that Giz is really into environmentalism and, hey, we're destroying the planet.
Sure, yeah.
I don't think this is breaking news for anybody here. Not if you're listening to this show. So, or if you're just listening to this band, because they make it so fucking clear. If you were just listening to the rest of this album, you didn't get that from Greenhouse Heat Death.
Melting ice is worse than ISIS.
If you didn't get that at least from Greenhouse Heat Death, then you probably don't have much media literacy, or you just don't listen to lyrics.
Yeah, no media literacy. That's me.
So I'm pretty much convinced that this song is based on the idea that, hey, if we use up this planet, we're not going to find an oasis. We're not going to find somewhere we can go.
Right.
We're not going to find something to sustain us.
The only remaining option is going to be like Mars, and that's only going to be for the rich.
There is no planet B. Look, just because we know the names of some of the other songs later on, I promise you we have not heard Rat's Nest. I promise you.
Or wherever Planet B is from.
It's also from Rat's Nest.
Oh, is that Rat's Nest?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, gee, I wonder what that album's gonna touch on thematically.
No idea. But I promise you we have not heard it. So, yeah, I think that Zerbachin is our only real clue here about what this song is actually about.
I disagree.
Oh, is there another clue that I missed?
There is another clue, and I don't remember what it was that I had written down. But I remember I wrote down the note. Is this about burying your head in the sand to ignore how we're squandering the earth?
Okay, then yeah. Clearly
I definitely didn't get it from the lyric about this guy.
Yeah, I can't imagine. Because that is such an esoteric fucking lyric.
Right, so I got it from something. I just don't remember what I got it from.
Yeah, it's not like I knew the name Zerbachin. I think I know one person in my life who would recognize that name.
Yeah, your ex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Weird song. Weird song.
Weird song. But you know what else is a weird song?
All Is Known?
All Is Known, which we get more microtones. It jams. It's my new favorite on the record at this point.
Really? Beyond Beginner's Luck?
I mean, at this point, yeah.
Okay, so Beginner's Luck was early on, your first couple of listens, your favorite, and now it's All Is Known.
I really don't know.
Because at the start, you said that Beginner's Luck was the best thing.
Beginner's Luck is by far the best earworm. It's the one that makes me happiest to hear.
Gotcha. Okay, no,
I think All Is Known might be the best one.
I see the difference. So then tell us about All Is Known.
So it's the most jammy and gizzy song on the record so far, in my opinion. It feels like Flying Microtonal Banana in all of the good ways, and you can definitely read it to be about Hantayumi. Whether it is or not, I don't think it is.
You don't think it is?
Correct.
Okay, you're taking off your tinfoil hat.
I am taking off the tinfoil hat because Stu has talked about this one.
Okay.
And said that it's about his fears about AI, about sentient AI.
Sure, but
and so I don't think it's necessarily I don't think it's necessarily about Hantayumi. I think it might be proto Hantayumi.
Okay.
I think it might be putting together the pieces that would eventually become Hantayumi.
Okay.
Just like it's putting together the pieces that would eventually become Polygon Land.
Okay.
But I hope that this song predates both of those, because that's the way it makes the most sense to me. It talks about this being that is made of steel and is stronger than the weak organic people.
Sure sounds like Hantayumi.
Sure sounds like Hantayumi. It talks about being connected to the network, and
Sure
all
sounds
is
like
known because of it.
Sure sounds like Hantayumi.
Hantayumi, we know, is omniscient. And then in verse 3, we talk about cutting the eyes from a king and augmenting the fourth cone.
Sure sounds like horology.
Sure
and
sounds
loyalty.
like horology and loyalty and
tetrachromacy.
Tetrachromacy.
And the fourth color.
So is this a Flying Microtonal Banana song, or is this a Polygon Land song?
Yes.
It's living in some sort of weird
superposition.
There we go.
We can't keep making that same joke. This is the third time we've said that on this recording.
I'm okay with it.
Yeah, all right.
Transphobes have one joke. We're allowed to have one joke too.
And our joke is telling Ambi and Joey that they should transition.
No, our joke is canceling Stu.
Oh, that's true. All right, so we have like 3 jokes.
See? We're already better than transphobes.
That wasn't something I was worried about, I'll be honest.
I'm constantly worrying about whether I'm better than people.
About better than them?
Not necessarily. You're right.
Yeah, no, this album, like I said at the start, it's a bit of Flying Microtonal Banana. It has like the energy and feel of a Nonagon song. It's polymetric, Polygon Land. It's got lyrics that clearly reference, at minimum, Polygon Land with the fourth cone.
Yeah, even if you fourth cone, like if that's not about poly, then
what the hell?
Then I'm the dumbest person on earth.
Yeah, I mean, well, that's okay. You're allowed. You're allowed as a treat to be a little dumb.
Yeah, because a dog can be dumb.
And even if it's not literally about Hantayumi, which it can be or might not be, whether it's like proto Hantayumi or before this or after that. I mean, we talked on Polygon Land how I feel about the idea of the Gizverse, that my feelings on the matter are very much there isn't necessarily one connected true story from start to finish, but sort of different stories that can be told in the same mythos.
Right.
And so I don't need personally to place it before or after anything, but I do think that it's pretty clear that the dangers of AI, as much as that's what Stu says he's talking about, are being shown to us through Hantayumi.
Sure.
After all, I mean, Murder of the Universe was about Hantayumi as a metaphor for like unthinking, power seeking, and hubris.
Yes.
Right. So like the best of Greek myth, they're all just fucking fables anyway.
Yeah. And I think that in that context, this still works as a Hantayumi story.
Yeah. I'm just not personally that interested if this is what's happening before the rebellion of Polygon Land or before the vomit of Murder of the Universe. They're just different stories about our cybernetic god.
Yeah.
Creature.
Thing.
Evil, mostly. That is Hantayumi.
Yeah.
And yeah, this is a good song. A good song.
Yeah, it's a good song. I know that they play this one live a ton. Which,
good, because this is definitely one of the best ones from this album, I think, that'll translate live.
Yeah.
Great song, all over the place with its various influences. If you, I feel like, listened to Gumboot Soup without knowing the rest of their 2017 records or what they've done up until this point, I feel like All Is Known on fresh ears would be so all over the place or have so many things going on, it would be weird to listen to.
I disagree. I think I've been impressed by just how coherent it is.
It is, but it's got so much going on.
Sure, but it never feels like it's doing too much. It feels like this is what it's supposed to be.
Perhaps. I don't know. It connects with so many things.
It does. And I appreciate that it's doing so many things all at once because I think they stuck the landing.
I do too. This is a very solid song. It sounds really cool. It may or may not fit within the Gizverse, but definitely seems to want to.
Yeah. And then we have our next song, Robot Style. Sorry, I'm Sleeping In. I'm sleeping in.
Yeah, there's no G.
There's no G.
And yeah, nice subtlety there.
Subtlety is what I'm known for.
Yeah, real subtle. Another sleep song.
It's another sleep song. It starts with some like
sleep song.
detuned synth that kind of immediately sets the tone.
Yeah, I don't think it is, but it kind of had the same sort of feel to me as some of those Octagon sections.
Yeah.
Of sketches. We have a song about needing to sleep in, and
Yep.
you're overworked and tired. I know within my body I need to locate the switch hidden in me, which will turn me off, off, off. My body's overworked. It's just the same, I know. When can my body work? Cold static overflow. Upload me to the robot brain.
Hold up. I'm looking at Genius and I'm not seeing some of these lyrics for I'm Sleeping In.
Oh, no, not for I'm Sleeping In. For Robot Stop. That's what you said to talk about.
Right. Sorry, we're talking about Robot Stop.
Yeah, that's what you told me to talk about.
You're right. I am so sorry. That's on me. I think something really interesting about I'm Sleeping In is that it was fully recorded by Stu except for the harmonica and Ambi's vocals.
Which, I mean, Ambi, yay.
But like,
yeah, no,
it's
very much a Stu song.
Tired at the end of 5 albums in 1 year.
And
you know what? Well fucking earned.
Having everybody else in the band already going, just fuck off, Stu. Fuck off, Stu. We're done. We're tired.
It's not just 5 albums in a year. It was also 100 shows in a year.
100 shows, 50 fucking songs.
Just fucked up.
Like,
it's no wonder he needs a nap.
Yeah.
I need to locate the switch hidden in me, which will turn me off. Yeah.
Off. Yeah. And like, this is after in 2016 feeling so burned out from all the shows that in Robot Stop, he was already talking about how, yeah, he's doing this for the fans, but God, is he beat. And then he does the 5 albums in a year.
It's almost enough to make you think that maybe Stu has an unhealthy relationship with his work.
Well, it's a good thing that after this album, they take over a year off from the studio.
And if anybody complains about that for an instant, it's straight to jail.
Seriously. And they keep touring in 2018.
Yeah. It's not like they aren't giving you stuff.
So the harmonica, really great in I'm Sleeping In. There's some subtle...
It's not just great, it is perfectly placed.
It is. There are some really subtle bells tolling.
There was another song on here that had bells tolling. Which one was that? Oh yeah, Down the Sink.
Yes.
Yeah, so we get bells twice on this record, and I love bells.
Yeah, and bells are great, but they're particularly great effectually in I'm Sleeping In because... They kind of evoke the sound of like a Westminster chime tolling.
Yeah.
Without being literally like the well-known tune da 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 da. Without like being that overt, you still kind of get the feeling of time ticking away.
Yeah.
And it's so good. I'm on record as saying that the sleep tracks are some of the worst in the discography, in my opinion. I know that everybody loves Sleepwalker and that everybody loves Sleep Drifter, but I was not super sold on either of those to the same extent that everybody else is. And Sleep, one of those, I think Sleep was actually the B-side of Summer that we talked about earlier.
It's the other way around.
Okay, Summer is the B-side of Sleep?
Yeah.
Okay. Definitely was also not one of my favorites. 30 Past 7, you didn't like particularly much.
Not really.
Back on Float Along, Fill Your Lungs. This is, I think, the best of the sleep songs.
This is a great sleep song. This is absolutely my new theme song.
You do like to sleep in.
Except for recently. I've been waking up at 6 a.m. like every day now.
Hey. Today I was up and out of bed at 6, and it took you like 2 solid extra hours.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean I was sleeping in. I was awake. I just hadn't come to terms with the fact that I was awake.
All right. Well, I guess that's it's progress.
Yeah, I guess. And then that's the end of the record, because obviously that's where you would end the record. That's the end of the record. We are done with Gumboot Soup, and we can move on to Fishing for Fishies. Oh, wait.
So you don't like the wheel?
No, I'm fine with the wheel. But I'm Sleeping In is the final track. Everything about it screams, this is the final track. And then they give us another track, which is a good track.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I'm Sleeping In ends with a detuned fade out. That's an end of a record move.
Okay, but they've done that before on this album.
It's a song about going to sleep and like sleeping in.
No, it's a
like,
song about staying asleep.
Yeah. And so like, why? Why would you put another song after this? This is what I'm saying. The album is poorly sequenced.
I'm not necessarily saying I disagree, but at no point when I was listening to this album, at not a single point did I ever finish I'm Sleeping In and go, now that's a good end. I wish there wasn't another song here.
I have thought that every single time. And you want to know why?
Why?
Because the wheel belongs after Great Chain of Being.
The wheel does belong after Great Chain of Being. I agree with that. But I don't know. I never heard I'm Sleeping In and thought that's the end.
Every single time I am faked out and I am surprised by the fact that, oh, right, the wheel is still here.
Fascinating. Okay, well, I don't know. Maybe I'll have to listen again to the record and see
to be clear,
fade out after the I'm Sleeping In.
I have nothing against the wheel.
I think the wheel is a good song.
The wheel's a good song. They love playing it live.
Why are you a
People
wheel
love
hater?
hearing it
Why
live.
are you such a wheel hater?
I'm not a wheel hater. I love the wheel. I love the wheel.
I can't believe you would talk about the wheel that way.
But yeah, let's talk about the wheel, because in a way, this is another song about sleep.
It's a Stu Amby song. We got some dissonant chords. It's yet another song on this album that's in 7, which, you know, I like that we're sticking with our weird meters, our weird time signatures.
I mean, I think that's just Giz at this point.
It's just Giz at this point. Thematically, I thought initially it was kind of Polygondwana land. Certainly, like, metrically, it's Polygondwana land. There's a lyric about shivering pilgrims, which makes me think of Polygondwana land. It doesn't really seem to fit with the other records. So, yeah, I kind of feel like this one was originally kind of set for Poly. We've got some great Ambi verses. Like, just some really fucking great Ambi verses.
Ambi is so peak on this song.
Like, so Stu's got the choruses and Ambi has the verses. And
it's Ambi with that drawl that Ambi does.
It's so good. God, I love the Ambi drawl. I can't get enough of it. I should listen to more Murlocs.
Clearly.
Falling asleep at the wheel. So, Noelle, would you care to regale our audience with how you feel about the idea of falling asleep at the wheel?
When I was young and dumb, I used to fall asleep at the wheel fairly regularly, and no bad ever came from it until I rear-ended a car when I was going 45 miles an hour and they were stopped at a stop sign and I totaled my car. I'm not proud of that.
Also, nobody was injured.
Nobody was injured.
That's a very important point here. I would not be putting you on the spot if you had accidentally committed vehicular homicide.
Sure. No, I would hope that you wouldn't.
No, I really wouldn't.
Because then I would actually get canceled.
You would at least cry.
Yeah, that's true. I would cry.
Yeah, no.
But yeah, don't
fall asleep at the wheel.
Don't fall asleep at the wheel. Don't drive drowsy. Don't drive back from a music festival. The 8-hour drive back home the same night that the music festival happened.
Yeah, don't do it.
Don't do that. I don't care how good Five Iron Frenzy was.
No.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
No, for that one, I actually ended up pulling over in a Walmart parking lot and catching a couple hours of sleep.
That's good. That's smarter.
That's what Walmart parking lots are for.
It is, because it's certainly not for stopping in, going into the Walmart.
Why would you do that?
I don't know. Sometimes you need something, and that's what's there.
That's fair. Yeah. No, that's so
it's
fair.
really for sleeping.
Yeah.
I don't think this is a metaphor. I don't think this is I don't think this is a literal song about falling asleep at a steering wheel in a car.
Given that the lyric is, we only sleep at the wheel that steers us into the future, yeah, I don't think this is a song about driving.
So what's it a song about?
This is a song about how we decline to take care of people in need and things in need and the earth in need, and instead fall asleep at the wheel of life when it comes to all of those things that, if we help them, would help us create a better future.
Yeah. Yeah, that seems right.
Yeah, that's the song.
That's the song. But we also have some dissonant chords, and we have Ambi's drawl. It's good.
It's good. This is a good song.
Can't believe you hate this song.
I
don't know why you would hate this song.
I also can't believe that I would hate this song. I genuinely cannot believe it.
Yeah. I mean, if this album ended after I'm Sleeping In, we wouldn't have The Wheel.
Right. And we also wouldn't have the ending of The Wheel.
We would not have the ending of The Wheel. We couldn't have the ending of The Wheel if it ended before The Wheel.
Right. Because The Wheel, on vinyl, ends with a locked groove.
Oh, does it? Okay, I didn't know about this.
Yeah, it ends with a locked groove where it just plays the last few seconds over and over and over.
We really need to get this album on vinyl.
I'm so sad that we don't have that on vinyl, because I would have loved for you to have seen that organically instead of have me tell you about it.
Yeah, I had no idea.
Yeah. Disappointing. Depressing.
Very disappointing.
Can't find this one in stores.
We
don't know what we're doing wrong.
We found a bad version of it, or just not the version of it that we were looking for once a long time ago. But we're very, very adamant that we want specific pressings that have the paper sleeves.
Yes, because I like the paper sleeves. I think they look good on the shelf together.
And we did not find a Gumboot Soup with the paper sleeve. Maybe we should be less picky, but we're going to be that picky because we are putting so much of our time and effort into this.
I know that these are reissues. I know that they're not particularly valuable. I know that they're not really collector's items. I know that these are not the special versions that everyone is clamoring after.
We're not looking for collector's versions because we want to be able to play the records.
Right.
We don't want anything that we have to keep pristine so that we can sell it to another collector.
We own one collector's record. One. That I would be hesitant to play. And I'm not even that hesitant to play it.
I'm not even sure which one you're talking about.
Laminated denim in the denim sleeve.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we do. Yeah, I'm happy to play that one.
Yeah,
I mean, not yet. We haven't gotten there.
Me too. Yeah,
but that's just cool.
Yeah, because the sleeve is the important part, not the fucking record.
I don't know. I'm excited for laminated denim.
No, I mean the record is.
We don't know if the album is fine.
What I'm trying.
Why do you hate The Wheel? All right, so yeah, the bass throughout this album was good. It was a pretty good record. There were a couple of duds. We had some of the same duds, and we had some different duds. Overall, I think a pretty good episode of Midnights with the Lizard Wizard. Noel, what have you been listening to this week?
I have been listening to the deathcore band Angel Maker.
Tell us about the deathcore band Angel Maker.
So Angel Maker put out a record, was it earlier this year? Maybe last year? It was last year. Angel Maker put out a record called This Used to Be Heaven, which is a giant deathcore record. I don't really know what else to say about it. It's kind of a concept record. It feels like really big and well thought out and like more considered than most deathcore. It's certainly a record that is full of musical diversity and especially vocal diversity. Like their vocalist works so hard on this record. He's doing so many different things and he's doing them very well. I love this record. It is my most listened to record of the last 180 days if you exclude King Gizzard. Which is a pretty big exclusion.
If you don't exclude King Gizzard, how many of your top albums are King Gizzard albums?
I believe 8. I believe this is number 9 out of 10.
Nice.
Yeah, it's not good. I have a problem. I have a real problem.
That's what you get for starting a podcast.
Is King Gizzard. Now, Yael, have you had that same problem this week? What have you been listening to?
So we did a special treat the other day. By the time that this record comes out, we have guested on friend of the podcast's Potagon Infinity.
Yeah.
Another podcast about King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard.
And as far as I know, the only other podcast about King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. If there's another, please tell us. I'm super fucking interested.
Yeah.
Because Potagon is good.
Yeah, they're delightful.
And I want more.
Yeah. But
also, I can't really listen to much Potagon because they aren't going in order. And I am terrified that if I listen to any of it, I will get spoilers about stuff that I'm not allowed to listen to yet. And so every time I press play on one of their episodes, I'm just going, please don't let this be the one that spoils something for me.
So, but they're lovely, and they had us on their show. And at the end of their show, we also did a "What have you been listening to lately?"
Yeah.
They call that segment "Most of What We Like." It's wonderful. It's delightful. So they've got their "Most of What We Like" segment, and I talked about what I listened to over the last week over there with them. In case you're interested, it was Destrends Off with the Fairies. But since I already talked about that on their show, I'm not going to talk about it again here on our show.
Except to say, listen to the record because they're going to be at Field of Vision.
Yeah, listen to the record. They're going to be at Field of Vision. Listen to our episode with Podagon Infinity. We think it's pretty good. We talk about this show.
Yeah. They had us on to interview us about this show, which feels so silly and self-indulgent for us to like just go on another show and talk about ourselves for 2 hours. But
that's what we're doing in this episode anyway.
It's true. We're
awful people.
We're awful people. We are bad people.
So instead, what I want to talk about is what I'm going to have listened to by the time that this episode comes out and is in your feeds.
Fishing for fishies. Got it.
Sojourn. Cavs' second solo record, Sojourn, comes out later this week. By the time that you're hearing this, it will have already come out. And I promise you, the first thing that I'm going to be listening to on Friday is Sojourn.
Agreed.
I am so excited for that record. The first two singles have come out and they are spectacular. I am so excited for this record. I am really, really, really looking forward to hearing what Cavs does with the rest of that.
With like a full band to set up, not just Cavs doing Cavs.
Not just the percussion, but with some damn good percussion I think we can all expect. By the time that our next episode comes out, it won't be like immediately on the heels of Sojourn. There will have been
a little bit of
time, a couple of weeks since that album had come out. So yeah, I'll talk about it now. If you have not yet listened to Sojourn, listen to Sojourn. It was really fucking good. I bet I'm not going to regret having said that.
Yeah, I think that's so fair.
Next show we have Fishing for Fishies,
which is their
boogie
album
rock record.
Okay, so if you really like the bitter boogie and you want more of that, apparently this is where you go?
I guess we'll find out.
We'll find out, and you can find out along with us every Wednesday.
Every other Wednesday
on Midnights with the Lizard Wizard.
Good night, y'all.